And we're now getting some breaking news. This is regarding the IndiGo crisis. Aviation Ministry in a huddle over the IndiGo crisis. Aviation Minister, in fact, chairs late-night meeting. Aviation Minister says, and I quote, the Ministry of Civil Aviation and DGCA has been constantly monitoring the situation across all the airports in real time since 3rd of December due to extraordinary circumstances caused by the disruption of IndiGo operations. And a high-level review meeting comprising all the senior officials was undertaken for a comprehensive assessment of the situation. All senior officials of the ministry have been instructed to visit airports to verify airline operations and passenger-oriented services. Any shortcomings identified, including feedback received through interactions with passengers, are to be addressed and rectified immediately. So, Aviation Ministry held a meeting, late-night meeting, in which the IndiGo crisis was discussed at length, and a high-level review meeting comprising all the senior officials was undertaken for a comprehensive assessment of the ongoing situation, and after which all senior officials of the ministry have been instructed to visit the airports to verify airline operations and also passenger-oriented services.
There have been a lot of internal complications. This is a day-to-day operations thing that the IndiGo should have maintained. IndiGo was supposed to manage the crew, was supposed to manage the roster through its day-to-day operations. We are there to check if the FDTL is properly implemented or not, and there has been no compromise on that side. And for one thorough full month, we have been observing. On 1st of December, we had a meeting with IndiGo on FDTL itself. When they required some clarifications, we have given the clarifications also with that idea, and they have not flagged this issue. So everything was running normal till then. Suddenly, we have observed this on 3rd. Immediately, once this was observed, the ministry came into the picture. We have taken over the situation at the airports. We have consulted all the stakeholders, and then you have seen how things have unfolded for those 2 days. Definitely, there was a lot of difficulty that has faced by the passengers. And as a closing statement also, let me tell you that we are not taking this situation easily. We are doing an inquiry, and we will take very, very strict action, not only for this situation, but also as an example. We will set an example for all the airlines. If there is any miscompliance, any non-compliance or non-adherence for any single person, any entity or any organization or any operator functioning in this civil aviation, we will take very, very strict action so that we set an example in the industry.
And my colleague Amit Bhardwaj is now joining us with more details on this. Amit, give us more details about this late-night meeting which was held by the Aviation Ministry on the ongoing IndiGo crisis.
Well, Anjali, through our sources, last evening itself, we had reported as to how MOCA Secretary Samir Sinha, DGCA, and other senior officials of the Ministry of Civil Aviation are expected to, hold a meeting, very important meeting in the evening. And till 7 p.m., Civil Aviation Minister Mohan Naidu was busy with the parliamentary affairs and the responsibilities at the parliament, and that's when, after that, this meeting was held at Udaan Bhawan. Now, two things are pretty clear. Number one, that all these senior officials have been instructed to visit the airports, number one. Number two, to also take real-time feedback from the passengers who are stranded or who are coming to the airports. There are no passengers stranded so much so at the airports because the intimation of cancellations are being sent out in prior to all of these passengers. But they have been, the officers have been asked to interact directly with the passengers to understand what their plight at this point in time, because we also know that IndiGo is still in the process of returning the baggages which they have had into their system during the massive disruption that happened between December 4th and 5th, which led to, accumulation of nearly 9,000 baggages across airports in India. So all of those passengers are also complaining through different mediums about not receiving these packages yet. IndiGo has told that more than 50% of these baggages have been sent back, and they plan to, complete the process as soon as possible. However, now the focus is on each and every airline for all sectors, so that no further disruptions or delays or trouble to the passengers are caused. Back to you.
All right, Amit, thank you so much for getting us all those details on the Aviation Ministry's meeting. We'll keep coming back to you for more updates on this story that we're closely tracking. So it is day 8 of the IndiGo chaos. India's largest airline is still struggling to regain control of its flight operations. Thousands stranded, airports overwhelmed, and no clear single cause identified yet. Sources say IndiGo's top bosses, including CEO Peter Elbers, have been summoned by the aviation regulator. IndiGo has now submitted its written response to the DGCA, but the airline's explanation raises more questions than answers. IndiGo tells the DGCA that the crisis wasn't triggered by one major failure, but by a compounding effect of multiple factors. Now, these include minor tech glitches, winter schedule changes, bad weather and congestion, tougher new flight duty rules, and reduced crew availability all hit operations at the same time. That's IndiGo's explanation to the DGCA as the regulator weighs action.
Things are almost back to normal. Airlines been performing. In fact, the operations have been very, very smooth. IndiGo has flown more than 1,800 flights today, which is almost normal. And all the other airlines like Akasa, Air India Express, Air India, SpiceJet, they have flown their full capacity. So things are getting back to normal.
We have to wait for the committee's findings, because right now we can only comment on what we have been seeing all around, but we haven't seen the actual working internally of the company. But what is emerging out is principally that management wasn't prepared, or they took it very casually, and suddenly even with the small disruption, the situation went out of control, which only shows the efficiency and effectiveness of management, and I think that needs to be probed into.